Hi everybody, it's Rebecca. And it's keeping it real with Rebecca. And sometimes you're gonna see me looking like this due to the fact that I just drove halfway around the county to go see my family, which was a disaster. And that's what I'm gonna keep it real with Rebecca today about family disasters. Keeping it real with Rebecca is things that are real important to me, into my heart and my soul. And you're going to hear me talk about families, the way America treats our elderly and our disabled. You're going to hear me talk about a lot about. You'll see me go live in stores like with Walmart right now. Walmart is this self checkout bullshit. Um, that is taking away jobs. I went to McDonald's on the way home from where I live to another state, which is about 4 states over, for Thanksgiving. And you could go into McDonald's and you could actually order from a computer yourself, which again takes away jobs. And what's that saying for America? Not too damn much. Um, I posted a few videos. I hope you watch them. I'm new at this. I really don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm on YouTube. Don't know. All I know is that it's 5 o'clock and I just have been up a few hours, still drinking coffee. Mainly because I haven't got my lazy ass up and went to the store and got me some Diet Coke. Actually, Pepsi. Diet Coke I'm not fond of because of the additive that's in it. Anyway, sometimes you're going to see me all dolled up. Other times you're going to see me like this. And I really don't care what I look like. My messages are what's important to me, and that you share them, and that you, as I get better at this, I hope. I'm not Graham Allen. I'm not the lady that's called inappropriate. I love what she does. This is not me trying to be famous or be some kind of YouTube person. I have a great job. I work for the government. I'm happy with it. This is what I do in my spare time, and I don't have a lot of that. But there is some things that is very dear to my heart. So today I just want to introduce myself and to let you know that keeping it real with Rebecca is going to be powerful messages, and some of you are not going to agree with me, and some of you can't. I don't care if you cuss me, I don't care because I really don't know you. I want you to listen, but if I can just reach one person, I think that'd be great and change maybe one restaurant policy. If you go in and look at my video regarding our family, of course, with us being away. And yes, I am deployable. I am a civilian, and I will be deployable actually. So there might be a Thanksgiving or Christmas or a holiday that I'm not going to be able to attend in the near future after I get done with my specialty training. I'm an ammunition inspector, and I'm going to actually be a QASIS, which I'm very proud of. I'm not going to go into that too much. All I'm going to say is that I could be deployed, and so I'm trying to get some messages out to people regarding the way they treat their seniors, the vets, the disabled. Just not the vets. Don't get me wrong. It's not just about them. I was married to a vet for 20 years, and um, I believe in no vet should be homeless or without medical care. Um, so all that aside, um, my main passions are that, and then animal cruelty. I'm a big animal activist, and I've always had dogs. I grew up on a farm, and but when my son passed away, I lost my oldest son, Daniel Austin Reed, and when I lost him, my therapist, my grief counselor, one of them, because I had several, I had to go through several to find one that was acceptable, that that I was comfortable with. suggested I get a dog. And I used to rescue dogs, and my kids were little Great Danes. And Daniel would bring home every stray that there was. And we lived out in the country, so of course we kept it, and we took care of that animal. We always tried to find the owner, but if we couldn't, then we just kept it. And we never called the shelter, just because we all know what happens at shelters. Not all shelters. And I have to be careful with that because there are shelters that are no kill, that are pro life. And if nobody knows what that means, unless the dog is extremely dangerous to itself or other dogs or people, and it can't be rehabilitated, sometimes it's necessary, we can't save them all. Then we have our shelters that kill for space. And usually those are funded by this, your tax money pays for that. And when you read the news a lot, there's been a lot of animal cruelty where people are starting to get jail time. And here where I live, it's illegal to leave your dog out on a chain for more than 3 hours at a time. And believe you me, we have volunteers from different pet organizations that will sit outside your home, and we will videotape it, and it's time stamped, and we will call, and that dog will, you'll be fine the first time, and then if it happens again, you'll lose your dog. And to be honest, if a dog's going to live on a chain 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, out in the heat and the cold, and with no access to, a dog will spill water. And I'm not saying all pet owners are not responsible. I'm talking about the puppy mill people that keep their, have bunches of litters. And puppy mills is a totally different rant that I will have later. I'll do a whole segment on puppy mills. Um, but um, as I get more involved, and I've been involved in rescue for 6 years, um, and we all know the myths about, first of all, I'm not going to use the word pit bull because there is no such breed. If you look that up in Webster's or Pet MD, you will find that a pit bull, other than a pit bull terrier, which has got a name attached to it, it's just not a pit bull. There's the American Staffy, there's the American Bullies, there's the Bulldogs. They're also considered a bully breed. So educate yourself before all of my animals are bullies or American Staffies. And I rescue them because nobody, a lot of people don't, and we lose several a year in a day. And getting back to shelters, usually the ones that are funded by the city or the county, they will kill for space. Some will kill just because a dog is afraid, and you don't understand what that dog's been through. So we have some people in this business who just wants all these pats on the back. Oh, you work with animals, just like working with kids that are handicapped. I get so sick of people saying, "Oh, you're a special person." No, that's what you chose to do. Yes, there it does take special people to work with special needs children and the handicapped, be nurses, work for hospice, work for animal shelters that do euthanize for space, or because they just don't think that the dog will have a chance. And I've got some kind of lighting situation going on. Anyway, I go live quite a bit for the animal shelter that I volunteer. I'm very involved with, and so much can be um, done that you don't have to be a kill shelter. That they have what's called transports, and these people drive dogs all around the world to bigger cities who want these dogs and who have find them homes, and they work together. They'll meet from state line to state line or county to county, and they will take these dogs, and they will find them homes, and I find that quite incredible. And so I don't understand why there's so many kill shelters still in America. But getting back to what I wanted to talk about over um, the holidays. I seen a lot of disgrace, and it made me ashamed, not to be an American, but it made me ashamed to be a human. When you're never going to hear me talk about race, you're not, because after you take the skin away, after you take, um, we all are just skeletons and bones, and I don't care what, you can't fill out an application these days with them. They tell you you don't have to. They tell you don't have to answer these questions. But I have seen some applications for like a visa or whatever um, that is mandatory, which I kind of understand because you're going to different countries. But some applications will ask you your gender, your age, and all that stuff, and I really just don't think that's necessary. Um, when you and that's what I'm talking about, keeping it real. I would love for your feedbacks and opinions. I don't know if you can even do that here. I don't know. I don't know if people, when they're watching, can um, actually, ask me questions or anything. That's what I want. I just have to kind of do like I do everything else. I'm pretty much self-taught on a lot of things, and because everybody has opinions and they're entitled to it. But as far as race goes, you're not. If you're a racist person, and you're gonna come in here and slam people, then please don't. I'm not gonna cuss at you. I don't want you to cuss at me. But anyway, this is just kind of a trial that I wanted to try, and I did upload again a couple videos, keeping it real with Rebecca. Um, I'm going to do a segment this week. If any grandparents are out there or children who keep their grandchildren away from their grandparents, um, I hope you tune in, or I hope you watch it later, um, because it's extremely um, aggravating, and it's wrong. It hurts nobody but the child. I don't care if your son and daughter, if you have a son-in-law you don't get along with, um, over stupid shit. And I'm not talking about, if a woman is beating the crap out of a guy, and the parents of that person don't like it, and so they keep the grandchild away because they had a stupid damn fight. you know you're married or you're divorced or whatever. I just watched on Dr. Phil where a man had been kept from his child for years, and they both took lie detector tests, and the grandmother had accused the man of molesting the child, and it came back that she was lying and he wasn't. And women out there and men, anybody who makes false accusations like that, if they're false, and I know there's a fine line. You have to do what's in your heart. And the DFC needs to get better. And how many children die in the world um, because the DFC doesn't do their job? And I know they're understaffed, and I know they're underpaid. I worked there for a short period of time. Actually, for 13 years, I was in social services before I went to work for the government because I just couldn't stand it anymore. But you're going to hear live rants with Rebecca, and share this if it means something to somebody. That and from now on, it will be topic specific, so you can answer questions, or you can share it with people that it might help. Because um, I always wanted to be a lawyer. Oh, please, no lawyer jokes. Um, but the whole thing is that um, I learned from my job that I do now, and my job at the Department of Family and Children, how to research. I can research. I don't believe everything I see on Facebook. I don't believe on every article. I know about the fake news. Don't want to talk politics on here. If something does come up that's a topic, absolutely. But there was a fake news about a white tiger an endangered white tiger. And first of all, if anybody knows anything, if a animal is endangered, they're protected under the law. And they were talking about, instead of taking this white lion or tiger to a place for it to retire, that they were going to auction it off to the highest bidder, and so it could be a trophy. Come on, people, wake up, America. That didn't happen, and there was a bunch of stuff on there. Thank you, President. That's my dogs. That's Haas. Um, he sees someone walking outside. He's very protective. Um, but come on, America. They're not going to do that. But someone said, "Oh, thank you, President Trump." What else can the man be blamed for? You know, it's no secret that I'm a Republican. But you know what? I'm really not. What I really am is I'm a whoever is going to do best for our country. Whoever's going to do best for our country, who's ever going to do the best job. And right now, focusing on our seniors um, and the abuse in our nursing homes and the abuse of our vets and the abuse of children. And if you don't think that keeping a grandchild away, as long as it's not where the grandparents or the parents are abusing or hurting sexually, physically, or mentally hurting that child, if you're just doing it because of spite, then you have a special place in hell for yourself. Let me just tell you. And because it's wrong on so many levels, and it shouldn't be. And that's going to be another whole segment. Like I'm saying right now, I am just actually doing this as a pilot kind of, and I want to spread awareness. That's my big thing about animal cruelty and people who keep people family away from their from like a grandchild, and it just don't affect that grandchild. It affects the whole family. It does. It affects the whole family. How long is my mother, and I'll use me as an example. My son will not let me see my grandson because me and his wife um, got into a fight over nothing major. It was something that, from what I was told by the person, um, it was something that she said that I didn't say. And if I would have said it, I would have said, "Yep, I said it." Anybody who knows me, and as you get to watch these, and if you do follow some of the things that I do, I pretty much, I'm pretty an open book. I'll pretty much tell you if it was my fault or not, or if it was partially my fault, or if I should have apologized, or if I'm wrong. I will tell you because I believe in positive criticism. I don't believe in bashing people, but I believe in positive criticism. My other my emotional support dog's here. She's about 65 pounds, and we're sitting in a chair, and she's decided to come up and visit. We'll be talking about that too. We'll be talking about animals, and then we got the puppy Dingo down here, and the puppy is erotic American bully, and she's beautiful, and she's just one of my favorite. They're just my favorite breed to rescue and to have. Um, I'm not a puppy person. I used to, before I moved out to where I live now, I used to live in a 3,000 plus square foot home that had a doggy door and doggy park, like a little doggy area that had a 6 foot fence. And then I had a bench out there, and they had toys, and they had crates to get into if they wanted to. Um, but they had the run of the mill, and it was all shaded. It was really nice for them, but they could come and go as they pleased. But I ran a hospice rescue. I would have either shelters or rescues get a hold of me and ask me to take a dog that was hospice and that was dying, so that dog, for the time it had left, would be in a loving home. I was not under the 501(c)(3) 501c3. I have applied for that, and I'm going to do that because I'm starting a actually I've already started it on Facebook. It is a because my son who passed away loves animals, and hmm, he it's called DARES, and it stands for Daniel Austin Reed Emotional Support. And what it is a food bank for dogs, and for people who sometimes just from paycheck to paycheck, if something come up like, an unexpected car repair, or somebody had to go to the doctor or the emergency room, and they didn't have insurance, or it was a child's birthday or a spouse's birthday, and they wanted to be able to spend a little extra money, and it's just an emergency situation where they can call up DARES, and they can say, hey, I need a quart bag of dog food or cat food or horse feed or rabbit food, to get me through to payday. Um, it kind of ran like our local food shelters or food banks. And I will tell you, if you live in a town that has food banks, and most all communities do, whether it's ran by churches or by the by whatever organization, you should always ask them, when you go in, if you go in there, or just as an advocate for people, an animal advocate can walk in and say, do you take donations for dogs and cat food? And I know they have some limited space, and I hate that, because they're going to say we got to feed our humans first. But there is a lot of kind people out there, that I have a girlfriend, her name's Mary, and she lives in a house and she doesn't use her garage. And she told me, if I needed a place to store the animal food for DARES, that um, that I could. So you can. There's a lot of people that can do, but go in there and ask them. If you ever donate to a food bank, which a lot of people do, go in and say, I picked up this bag of kibbles and bits, and I picked up this 12 pack of 9 Lives. I'd like to leave it in case somebody has an animal they need to feed. If they refuse it, you can always take it to your local animal shelter, even though a lot of times they get a lot of donations, but you can take it and you can donate it to them to help feed their animals. So it's getting late. It's going on 5:30 here, and like I said, I haven't been up very long because I drove almost all night last night. You'll see me do that too. Yawn. And it was a nice meeting. The new YouTube live video. I hope people do watch Keeping It Live with Rebecca, and I hope you share it. And like I said, from now on, I've done a lot of jumping because I just kind of wanted to introduce you to what I do. And if you search it, you can go in and you can watch what happened at a Golden Corral restaurant on the day of Thanksgiving, and you can also see what my topics are going to be like. And you can there's 2 right now, Keeping It Live or Keeping It Real with Rebecca, 2 videos, and this is the 3rd one, kind of the pilot. And one where I was at Penny's shopping, and the other one I was at Golden Corral because our family, nobody, wasn't expecting my elderly mother to fix food, and everybody trying to get that. So we just decided to go to a restaurant, which apparently a lot of people do these days because, wow, that place was packed. So go, if you want a little bit more insight of what I'm actually going to be doing, go watch that, and tell me what you think. If there's any topics that fit these kind of categories, animal cruelty, families who keep their grandchildren away from families for not legitimate reasons because they're just angry and they're hateful, and they hold grudges, um, or the way people, our seniors, are treated, and acts of kindness, and little tips that you little tips that you can do to make someone's life a little bit better. Um, so I'm always going to say, God bless, stay safe, pray for your enemies, and spay and neuter your pets, and be kind to yourself. People forget to be kind to themselves, so be kind to yourself, and that way it keeps you healthy, and that you can do what you want to do to help your community if you're involved at all. And usually everybody's involved with something. Um, Not all, but some. So please, please spread the word. And like I said, I don't want to be famous. I don't want anything like that. I want to help people. I want to do research for people. I want, if you live in California, California has some weird states or laws. It's a state that has some weird laws. Um, so if you're having trouble seeing your grandchild, I'll investigate that for you, and I'll see what I can find out. I do not live in California right now. It's cold where I'm at, where it is in most places in November. So, or, when I talk about the puppy mill segment, if you know of someone who's running a puppy mill, and you're having a hard time getting it shut down, I can investigate that for you, and I can help you maybe get that puppy mill shut down. Um, so keep it real with Rebecca. If you need to contact me, if you ever want to contact me with any kind of topic you'd like to do, you can just go to my personal page and I can get requests. We don't have to be friends, and most people know that. So anyway, have a really nice rest of your weekend before most of us have to return to the workforce on Monday, and we've had our little holiday vacation, and I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And again, you'll see me like this. You'll see me dressed up. You'll see me in pajamas. You'll see me in sweats. Um, you'll see me with makeup. You'll see me without makeup, because I don't care. It's the message that I care about, and the people that I care about, and the animals that I care about. So, not only keep it real with Rebecca wants to send a message, but keep it real with yourself, because that's at the bottom of the day, and at the end of the day, that's where we're going to get America back on track to where they need to be. So God bless. Have a wonderful day, and the rest of your weekend. Spay and neuter your pets, and Godspeed. I can't figure out how to turn this off. Well, that ain't it. Oh, that's not it. I guess I just X out of it. I don't know. Anyway, keep it real with Rebecca. Take care of yourself.